Is this the most beautiful Starbucks in the world? Welcome to Antigua, Guatemala, where even your daily coffee comes with a story. This Starbucks opened its doors in 2022, and it's not just a coffee shop, it's a gallery of Guatemalan art and culture. On the walls you'll find breathtaking murals by Alvaro Zaj Yachts. He's from San Juan La Laguna, a small town on the shores of Lake Atitlan, the same lake we visited earlier on our trip. One of his murals shows women with hummingbird wings nurturing coffee plants, a symbol of life and care. The other takes you on a journey in a canoe, floating through lush coffee flora with the quetzal, the national bird of Guatemala, flying above. The space also features sculptural works by Daniela Rivas. She created a powerful piece representing Volcán de Agua, the iconic volcano that towers over Antigua, as well as a tapestry made of textiles, clay, and wood, materials deeply rooted in local tradition and coffee production. Even the details of the cafe were crafted by local artisans. Hugo Lopez carved the wood accents by hand, and the furniture was created by masters like Lupita de Blanco, Jorge Larios, and Joan Lima. Each chair, table, and detail connects you to the artistry of Guatemala. So, yes, it might just be the most beautiful Starbucks you'll ever visit. Because here, every sip of coffee comes with a touch of history, culture, and craftsmanship. You might also want to check out McDonald's in Antigua because it's nothing like the ones you're used to. I don't have a full video of it unless you catch my short, but it's definitely worth a visit. It's a surprisingly spacious spot with its own cafe area, a playground for kids, and even a lush green courtyard that feels more like a garden than a fast food chain. Families gather here, kids play, and the atmosphere blends modern comfort with Antigua's charm. Did you know that only approximately 10% of McDonald's locations worldwide feature a McCafe section? And here's a fun fact. The very first McDonald's Happy Meal in the world was actually introduced in Guatemala back in 1979, before it became a global staple. So yes, even McDonald's in Antigua comes with its own unique twist of culture and history. As I wandered around the city, we passed by Central Park. You can catch a glimpse of it in my video part 1. Turning the corner, I noticed the entrance to the Museo Nacional de Arte de Guatemala in Antigua, and best of all, it was free. We walked in, went through security, and had to show our IDs before getting inside. I'm so glad we stumbled upon it. The museum was such a great escape, with quiet halls, diverse exhibitions, and displays spanning different epochs. The museum had more than a dozen rooms with all kinds of exhibits, colorful paintings and textiles, religious sculptures, Mayan artifacts, and traditional masks. Some areas felt very historic, while others were more modern with contemporary Guatemalan art, so you really get this mix of past and present all in one place. One of the best surprises was going up to the second floor. You get this amazing view of Volcán de Agua, an extinct stratovolcano also known as Junajpuan Cactucal. It rises to 12,340 feet. By the way, a stratovolcano is a tall, cone-shaped volcano built up from many layers of hardened lava, ash, and volcanic rocks from repeated eruptions. They usually have steep sides, can grow very high, and often produce explosive eruptions. Another famous examples are Mount Fuji in Japan, Mount Vesuvius in Italy. From there you can also spot some of the ruins inside the museum walls, which makes it feel even more unique. If you want an even broader perspective of the city and Volcán de Agua, don't miss Cerro de la Cruz, a hilltop viewpoint I showcased in my video part 2, where the entire city of Antigua spreads out below the volcano. Inside the walls, everything was thoughtfully presented, truly a highlight of our day. I highly recommend visiting this free museum if you're in Antigua. We arrived at the museum about half an hour before it closed, so we had to rush through. It was our last day before heading to our next destination, Panajachel on Lake Atitlan. If I had known about this place earlier, I would have visited a few times just for the views. From the balcony, you can see Central Park and observe the flow of traffic and people, a glimpse of local life. On the other side of the building, from the patio, the view is even more spectacular. My next videos will be about Lake Atitlan. To get to Panajachel, we took a shuttle. All the seats were occupied, but it was fine. We were the first ones picked up, so the driver had to collect other passengers, which added extra time to the trip. If you're in a rush, you might prefer private transportation, but for us, it was part of the journey and we continued enjoying the city. On our way to Atitlan, we had a 20 to 30-minute stop at a gas station where you could buy food and even souvenirs. Overall, the ride was comfortable. We stayed at a wonderful place in Panahajel called Jenna's River Bed and Breakfast. But let's pause for a moment to say goodbye to Antigua.